Hello, and welcome to the 10th episode of Virtual Weaponry. I'm XNGA Alpha, and I will be your host. In this episode, we'll be looking at the Hidden Blade. The Hidden Blade is a bladed weapon that, at its core, consists of a retractable blade mounted on the forearm. While bladed tools and weapons date back to man's early days, there is no known date as to when the Hidden Blade was first created, only its first use. It is also unknown as to where the Hidden Blade was first created, only that its origin lies somewhere with the Assassins, otherwise known as the Assassin Brotherhood. The first recorded use of the Hidden Blade dates back to 465 BC, when the Persian assassin Darius used it to assassinate the Persian king and Templar ally Xerxes I. There are a number of differing versions of the Hidden Blade, with variations in mechanisms and appearances. Some mechanisms require a wrist flick to be activated, while others are triggered by a button pressed by a muscle in the forearm. Some Hidden Blades also appear as switchblades, however, the most common version is that of the retractable blade. Early designs of the Hidden Blade required the removal of the ring finger, in order to both allow the blade to extend easily, as well as a sign of commitment to its use. By the early 13th century, the blade's mechanism was modified, so that this sacrifice was no longer necessary. The assassins continued to honour this tradition, however, instead branding their left ring finger during initiation into the order, as a sign of devotion to the creed. The Hidden Blade has been used for centuries, and, as such, has gone through a number of modifications and upgrades. During the late 12th century, the Levantine assassins used a single Hidden Blade, mounted on the underside of their left forearm. Unlike later versions, the blade did not utilise a metal bracer, and so, as a result, it was not used a whole lot in combat. It was possible to use it in combat, however the lack of any real defense, and the small time frame in which assassins could counter, meant that it was not recommended. As a result, the primary purpose of the Hidden Blade during this time period was low-profile assassinations, with the user getting close to their target and striking without too much notice. After discovering an Apple of Eden and its secrets in 1191, Master Assassin Altair ibn Lahad wrote the Codex, a personal journal that documented his exploration into the apple, as well as an autobiographical view of his life and various assassination techniques. In addition, he discovered various ways of upgrading the Hidden Blade, such as dual Hidden Blades, the Hidden Gun, and the Poison Blade, and so documented these within the Codex for future assassins to discover. During Renaissance Italy, the assassin Ezio Auditore da Firenze searched for pages of the Codex, after it had been broken and scattered apart in order to prevent it falling into Templar hands. After finding certain pages, Ezio was able to utilise the upgrades with the help of his close friend, Leonardo da Vinci. One such upgrade that da Vinci demonstrated to Ezio was no longer needing to remove the ring finger, but not before teasing him otherwise. The addition of a second Hidden Blade was the first of the upgrades developed, and allowed much better use of the blade in combat. In addition, the assassins began using metal bracers, allowing better defense. As a result, it also became a lot easier for the assassins to counter attacks. Dual Hidden Blades were not given out to every assassin, however. Materials required for construction of the blade were limited, and so they were reserved for use only by the highest ranking assassins. The Hidden Gun was the next upgrade developed, and consisted of a small barrel mounted alongside the Hidden Blade, capable of firing small projectiles. Unlike the close quarters, silent Hidden Blade, the Hidden Gun allowed for longer range assassinations, albeit with a loud discharge. As a result, the Hidden Gun wasn't exactly subtle, unless it was being used in the right situation, such as a fireworks display. The Hidden Gun was unusual for the time, as firearms were only just beginning to dawn. However, the Hidden Gun had been used before by Altair in 1247, who demonstrated to Abbas what he had learned from the apple. The third development of the Hidden Blade was the Poison Blade, a thin, hollow needle concealed within the blade that could be filled with poison. The Poison Blade allowed much lower profile assassinations, as it did not cause immediate death and so allowed the assassin using it to flee the scene. The effect was not without drawing attention, however, as it would send the victim into a confused flurry, typically attracting crowds to the scene. However, this simply gave the assassin some cover to slip through and escape. By 1502, Da Vinci had developed another upgrade for the Hidden Blade, the Poison Dart. By combining the Hidden Gun and the Poison Blade, Da Vinci managed to create an upgrade that allowed the assassin to fire darts filled with poison. This resulted in ranged, silent assassinations with the same effect of the Poison Blade. The assassins of Constantinople developed yet another modification to the hidden blade, the hook blade. It consisted of a hook and the blade, and allowed further abilities in both combat and movement. In combat, the hook blade could be used to pull an enemy closer or vault over them. As for movement, the hook blade allowed assassins to reach higher ledges much more easily, significantly increasing navigation speeds. Unlike the other modifications, which are mounted on the left blade, the hook blade is more commonly attached to the right blade. By the mid-18th century, another modification of the hidden blade had been developed, known as the pivot blade. It allowed the hidden blade to be detached from the bracer and instead used as a separate dagger, allowing further variations in combat. The pivot blade was used extensively by the Native American assassin Radun Hungedun during the American Revolutionary War. By the late 19th and early 20th centuries, hidden blades were still being used by assassins around the world. However, they also began to adopt firearms due to the onset of armed warfare. In modern times, the hidden blade is seen in extremely limited use, mostly restricted to ceremonies. This is a result of the growth of firearms, diminishing the need for bladed weapons. Some assassins still choose the hidden blade, however, such as the assassin Desmond Miles, who used it in his assassination of Daniel Cross. The hidden blade has seen much use over the course of time, and as a result, has seen many different ways of using it. Its key purpose, though, is low-profile assassinations. By being hidden, it allows the assassin to get close enough to their target without raising suspicion, before striking them down in plain sight. Alternatively, it has seen use in combat, allowing extremely deadly takedowns that kill the target instantaneously. The addition of countless upgrades to the hidden blade, some we know, some we may not, allow even further variations of ways to use the hidden blade. The hidden blade is a key iconic weapon of the Assassin Brotherhood, and although its use has decreased in recent times, it is clear to see why it is a favoured weapon of the assassins. Allowing low-profile, quick kills, the hidden blade lets its user strike without mercy before disappearing into the shadows. With a multitude of upgrades at its disposal, the hidden blade could be modified to whatever needs the assassin requires. However, the wake of firearms has meant that the hidden blade has seen limited use in recent times, due to the higher level of versatility that they offer. Regardless, the hidden blade has been a trusted ally of the assassins for centuries. With this ancient bladed weapon at your disposal, work in the dark, serve the light, nothing is true, everything is permitted. Thanks for watching. Be sure to join me next time when I'll be taking a revised look at the first weapon of the series, the MP5. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll speak to you later.